Good evening, everyone. It is June 19th, 2023, just 8 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, 11 p.m. about to strike on the East. Now, not much to be said at these higher time frames, as we just did put out that weekly Outlook video. Now, tomorrow, we do not have much news. Nothing major. I think in general it's going to be a tighter session as we await that JPOW sort of session. So, although we are getting what I was looking for in the weekly outlook, which was a move downwards, we are drifting downwards, kind of breaking or getting to these trend lines. We are overall losing that bullish momentum, but with that said, it's important to remember that we are trading damn near the highs of the year, so I don't think we should be looking to get aggressively short. I think we can still play it both ways quite comfortably, especially being above sort of this balance lows here around 15K and around 41, 30, 43, 80-ish on the ES. So as long as we're above there, and especially as long as we're above the FOMC highs, which are sitting at, I believe, 44.29.5, and can't remember it on the NQ off the top of my head, something like 216. As long as we're trading above those FOMC highs and these double bottoms that we've created, I think we can play fairly aggressively on the long side. Also, taking note that when Monday is a holiday session, the following Tuesday typically behaves like a Monday. It'll typically be tighter. You wouldn't expect to see the second standard deviations of weekly VWAP of last week's VWAP get broken. In this scenario, I don't think you'd be looking for that anyway, given that those are both, I think, above and below the highs and lows of the week, respectively. So overall, looking for a tighter session with a move downwards, and then I'm going to be fairly aggressive in trying to bid this thing up. So let's start off with the ES here. How am I looking to trade this? Well, I am looking to get short. 44.84, that being the 87% yearly value area high. That's been a number I've been watching for a while. I'm aware we have a double top there at 86-ish, so perhaps waiting for that to get corrected before taking it short. Below there, getting short at the majority of the auction from Friday, as well as the VWAP close at 72 quarters. Below there, looking to get short 58s after a run of that Monday overnight high. That's how I'm looking at the short side. Below there, I want to be long 51s. If this thing gaps down, I'd like to see that gap closed, hit it long before we move into this 58 where we may be seeing offers show up. So playing that momentum long for preferably a short around 60, but perhaps this thing could extend out towards 72-ish. Again, trading so close to the highs of the year, you're going to have a more momentum to the upside. You're going to want to still be trying to sit in long trades intraday and try and let that momentum play out that we are trading so close to the high of the year. Below there, long 39 quarter, that FOMC-ish high after a tag of 37, that auction that we had, the FOMC high at 29.5, 39 quarter being something else. Just looking at my charts here, I think that's just value area low. But it was a level of interest, especially based off that Wednesday pre-FOMC high. So getting long 39s after a hold of that 37 auction, long FOMC highs after a tag, a run of these double bottom lows here that are a little bit suspicious, and then long 21s after a tag of the VWAP close, the weekly VWAP close at 20.5 before a tag of that FOMC high. So essentially I'd like to see a run down, get long, and then get long before we tag this. I want to be long before I see if there are any sellers showing up. Below there, a little bit hesitant in trading, as by that point we'll be trading 30-ish points or so. Yeah, 30 points below yesterday's low of the day. Possibly along at 43.98 and 3/4. We ran it during the pre-market on that Thursday session. But if you look at the RTH, that is a perfect that would be a perfect mechanical double bottom. So it's a little bit suspicious. I think they'd end up running it a bit before getting long there. Below there, I would be willing to take 84.5 after a run of these lows here. trying to sustain these lows intraday and get it move back up, perhaps for a close around 4,400 or so. And that's how I'm looking at the ES. Over on the Nasdaq, similar idea again. As long as we're above the FOMC highs, pretty aggressively bid. Same with being above that double bottom. How am I looking to play this? Well, I would like to be short 342, the 95% yearly value area high, where we found bids for several hours right here. It originally actually hit to the tick, and that is where we auctioned a little bit before falling off. There is potential for a short opportunity at 377 quarter or something like that. I'm mixed about that idea. Maybe I'll just throw it in anyway, but that being similar idea as the ES, that 77 number, just the point of control and also settlement close actually. Above there, not interested in being short. I'm aware of those resistance at 412. I think that would get blown through. I think the majority of any where sellers should have stepped in will be evident that they did not and will end up making higher highs. Below, nothing really changing. Long around those FOMC highs, long 164, the weekly VWAP close, as well as right below the Q2 high from last year. Below there, getting long 114 half, the settlement lows after a tag of the weekly point of control from last week. And 89.75 being that weekly point of control, want to be long there as well. Want to be long at 19 quarters, where we sort of auctioned around on that Wednesday session before finding the bid. Below there, uninterested in trading. The idea being that we will have taken out these swing lows likely, and I don't want to be playing against that liquidation in one day when the prior day's low is sitting at whatever 260. I don't want to be trading against a 2% down day. Hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Updates to this will be posted pre-market per usual. Have a great night. Trade safe.